So today's lesson, we're going to begin speaking about percents, and we're going to begin by converting decimals and fractions and percents. And this is a pretty simple process. Let's say we start out with 38%, and I want to change that to a decimal. All I need to do is put a little imaginary decimal point at the end of the 38%, make two jumps to the left, because percent is all about 100, so 10, 100, 38% equals 0.38. Doesn't matter where my percent is. I could have 7.4%. There's already a decimal there. 1, 2 jumps to the left, fill in a blank space with a 0. 74% equals 0.074. Likewise, I could start with a decimal, 0.59, 59 hundredths. I would make 1, 2 jumps to the right to decide that 59 hundredths is equal to 59%. I could have 3.2, and turn this to percent, 2 jumps to the right, fill in a blank space with a 0. 3.2, 3 and 2/10 is equal to 320%. We do have to get a little used to percents that are greater than 100. So percents to decimals is just all about moving a decimal point. Percents to fractions is also no big deal. The key number for a percent is 100. A percent tells us how much we get out of 100, like a test grade. So 74% literally just equals 74 hundredths. We're not freaking out about simplifying too much in this unit. We'll be happy if the answer stays there, but I can simplify this by dividing top and bottom by 2 to get to 37/50ths. But once again, this unit we're all about making the conversions. 152%, 152 over 100. Now in this case, I've got an improper fraction. I know that 100 goes into 152 one time, and I know that there are 52 hundredths left over. Sometimes you get something like 0.3%. This is interesting because there's a decimal in the percent. That equals 0.3 over 100. Now we can't have a decimal on top of a fraction, so we have to make one jump in this case to get the decimal point to the end of the number. If we make one jump on the top, we make one jump on the bottom. Empty spaces get zeros, so we end up with 3 over 1,000. Okay, so that was percents to fractions. So fractions to percents, as long as a fraction is over 100, that's really simple. But we don't always get that lucky. Sometimes we get a fraction over something like 20. So we recently talked about making equivalent fractions. We're going to create a new fraction with 100 in the denominator. 20 times 5 is 100. So if we do times 5 on the bottom, I'll do times 5 on the top. 13 times 5 is 65. So this would be 65%. So that's it. Percents and fractions, percents and decimals. It's just back and forth. Okay, awesome. Have a good day.